Thanks, so long.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
When you're gunning for a world title, the fire seems heavier, the bunker seems smaller, and the flag feels as heavy as your opponent's will to win.
All day we fight!
This is professional paintball, the fastest growing sport on the planet. It's a team game of speed and strategy that requires individual heart and courage.
Stay alive!
And today, some of paintball's finest teams and biggest stars have come from around the world to decide who is the best of the best.
That's the way to fight out!
The Smart Parts World Paintball Championship is next on ESPN2.
Welcome to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships.
I'm Bill Gardner here with Matty Marshall, paintball legend.
Thanks, Bill. And I'll tell you what, the first round of this event, it definitely lived up to the hype. We had excessive, pretty much flawless victory over the Russians. Seattle Naughty Dogs came back from a real big deficit against a strong New York Aces team. And let's not forget about Dynasty's 8-point victory.
This has been a stellar tournament. Each of our teams have now played their first game of their 2 opening round matches. And now everyone will play their second and final games of the first round. We have 2 conferences of 4 teams, but only 2 teams from each conference will advance to the semifinal round. And after 4 weeks of play, Atlanta, LA, Seattle, and San Diego all in great shape with 2 points each. Today's game is the SanDiego Dynasty taking on the Russian Legion. Now let's meet our teams.
Let's go, boy! Let's go right now, man! Right now! Right now! Come on, boy!
If they win today, they move on to the semifinals. Say hello to the SanDiego Dynasty. Let's take a look at Dynasty. They got some superb players in Alex Frazier, Ryan Greenspan, and Angel Fergoza.
Kicking like a chicken.
And you can be sure that Brian Cole, Yosh Rao, and Todd Martinez all should be stepping it up big time.
Matty Ho.
SanDiego's coach is John Almira. Today, it's do or die, win or go home for these guys. Say hello to the Russian Legion. Look for Kostya Fedorov, Bart Blonsky, and Alex Lundqvist to put it all on the line in today's game.
Я хочу передать привет маме, папе, дедушке, бабушке, дяде Феде, совхоза Бородуни.
The coach of the Russian Legion is Alexander Tarando. We're just about ready for the first point, but before we begin play, let's go over the rules for this tournament.
Our teams play 2 20-minute halves. It's 5-on-5, capture the flag. To score a point, you must capture the flag and hang it in the other team's base. A hit on any part of the body or equipment, and the player is eliminated and must leave the field immediately. If they fail to do so, they'll be given a penalty. Penalties are similar to hockey. Minors are 2 minutes in length, and majors are 5.
Big matchup between these 2 teams, SanDiego Dynasty, Russian Legion. They've met each other many times before, Billy.
Definitely. And who knows who's going to win this, because they've traded a number of times. Generally speaking, SanDiego's been a little stronger.
SanDiego traditionally a little stronger than the Russians in their past matchups. Oh, but it doesn't look so good for this in this first point. Garrett Maxwell, he's going to come off, as well as Ryan Greenspan. Oh, and the Russians sliding right up into on the Dorito side of the field. Dominant field position right now for the Russians. And you can see he's wrapping around that Dorito side because he's unopposed over there. No one is shooting at him. Todd Martinez is going to be able to get some shots.
There's the bump. He's right up to the 50.
He's up to the 50-yard line. He's trying to get shots on Todd Martinez and the Snake. I don't know if Todd knows that he's up that far. Todd's gonna have to be able to look in the inside and try to pick him up. He's rolling his gun at Todd right now. We see Todd probing around the inside of that bunker on the Snake side. That's Permini for the Russians, and here comes Todd. Now Todd didn't know that the Russian was that far up on the Dorito side.
A lot of patience. You notice that Russian just sitting there beating, waiting for that moment right there.
And here comes Fedorov swinging around with this boy in the center, and Brian Cole submits. He's waving him off. He took one in the grill, and it's going to be all Russians here in this first point. I'll tell you what, Billy, Dynasty, they didn't even get one kill.
No, Russians looked really strong. Nice movement down the field. We'll see if this continues, Matty.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I were the Russians, I'd want to step it up this game. They got absolutely crushed by Excessive the last match they played. Here comes Tom Martinez moving up the field on the replay. He got shot right there in his face by Bermidny from the opposite side of the field. Great point by the Russians. They go up 1-0. We're going to get back to the action. Well, we'll see if Dynasty can get in this game. They're only down 1 point. That's nothing right now, but the Russians playing good so far.
Strong break by Dynasty, taking the snake one right off the go.
See Yosh Rao rolling his gun. Oh, he's going to come off. So Yosh Rao gets shot, loses his first gunfight. Alex Frazee. Oh, God, the Dynasty's just playing sloppy right now, Billy.
They sure are. Nope, there's another one.
Oh, and Frank Connell. So 3 lost gunfights in a row, and here come the Russians. All the way to the 50-yard line on the snake side. He's shooting at Justin Schwartz, who's pretty far up on the Dorito side. Oh, here comes Fedorov. Oh, Fedorov laces up Schwartz's back. And that's pretty much it. Fedorov just waving his guys off. That's it. Hey, guys, everyone on Dynasty's dead. Grab that flag and run it in. So here come the Russians. They're going up 2-0, playing some great ball, man. I mean, but you know what? Honestly, Dynasty just lost 3 gunfights in a row. Schwartz got ran down.
In their bunkers.
Yeah, in their bunkers. You cannot come against the Russians.
Here's the first
like
one here. Yosh gets hit right in the side. Connell comes out, a little too far, whack right in the side of the head. Weak play in the bunkers.
We'll be back with more paintball action right after the break.
We study all of our teams. We spend hours and hours the night before prepping for the games with maps drawn out, and then we also watch every single team we're going to play.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. We got our band PSK rocking the house. So the Russian Legion is off to a fast start and now have a 2-0 lead over SanDiego Dynasty. All right, so Mike Hinman getting ready for Dynasty, steps on the field. Fedorov and his boys getting ready for the Russians.
I'm sure Dynasty have been having some discussions here. See if they can come up with something.
The discussions are, hey, everyone, play tighter. And we'll see if they can play tighter as we see Russians get up into Snake 2 right away. Sasha in Snake 2, shooting. You see the stream of paint going. Oh, I think he might have clipped the back center. Oh, and then he gets a shot off on Greenspan right after that.
Russians shooting their guns well.
As Garrett Maxwell, yes, Russians are shooting their guns, but that's what the Russians do well, man. These guys train all the time. The Russians are truly professional paintball players. I mean, obviously Dynasty is as well, but the Russians have a training facility in Moscow, and they spend 5 days a week training.
There's Martinez eliminated.
Garrett Maxwell trying to do damage control to get shots off on that snake side. He is on the Dorito side, shooting cross field. Doesn't have a lot of penetration. He's going to come off as well.
Boy, the Russians look great. I mean, they're just moving well, shooting the guns.
The Russians are doing everything right now, and Dynasty cannot catch a break. Plus, it's tough to catch a break when you're losing this many gunfights.
Yep, there's the last one, I think. Oh, one more in the corner.
So Bermidny up there in the 50-yard line on the snake side. Kirill rocking it out, and his boy run. It's the lone soldier Brian Cole back there. Not much he can do. Though Brian Cole was pulling off a lot of like 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s in the last match that they played, but you can't do that every time. If all your boys don't step up and they lose in a bunch of gunfights, it's going to be really hard for you to be pulling stuff out.
Yeah, it's definitely all about teamwork, Matty. Here's Kirill shooting across at Mike Kinman. And Todd Martinez sticks his head out a little bit too far. Up there, he gets nailed.
All right, start of this game. Russians putting it on. 10 minutes left in this first half. They have a 3-point lead. We're lucky enough to have Paul Alders here from the Atlanta Predators. Now, Paul, break this down a little bit for us, man. I mean, the last game that the Russians played, they were down right off the break. You know, it was 6-0. Now, do you think they went and changed some stuff up here? I mean, you played against them before.
Absolutely. They have an incredible coaching staff that's going to fix all their problems. They have a bad match, they're going to turn it around. And normally, Dynasty, an excellent sweet spotting and gunfighting team, is struggling, and they're going to have to turn something around to come back in this match.
Thanks, Paul. We'll see if SanDiego can come up with something good as we return to the action.
We see the Russians in the red and white jerseys, Dynasty in the blue. Dynasty.
Ooh, loses a gun. Look at this.
Swartz.
They have to get that gun. Yeah, the rules state you have to go back and get your gun. He did, but he got shot.
So Swartz drops his gun.